Well, good afternoon, everybody. I wanted to do this podcast on who I think are the top 10 all time Minnesota Viking, including coaches. I am going to start from number 10 and work my way to number 1, and I'll explain why I have each one at their different positions in this top 10. So, without further ado, let's start with number 10. At number 10, I have Adrian Peterson. I would have had Peterson a lot higher, but he had fumbling issues his whole career. That's what prevented him from not being ranked higher than 10. On top of he never, got us to a Super Bowl and all of that. It doesn't help it at all that he's got some off the field issues as well. I accounted for that a little bit, but for the most part, he is a top 10 Viking. And so Adrian Peterson comes in at number 10. At number 9, I have my favorite, Robert Griffith. The most hardest hitting defensive back I've ever watched play. I don't know if you remember against the Cowboys, he actually knocked out Emmitt Smith with a very clean and solid hit that always sticks out in my mind. He never got the well, I guess he did. I was going to say he never got the attention that he should, but he did because we always bring him back, and I think there's a feeling from Viking fans that he was just a really special player. And so I have him at number 9. Coming in at number 8, Fran Tarkenton. Now, he again would have been higher, but a couple of reasons. Number 1, he never won a Super Bowl, although he went to 3. He did leave the Vikings to go to the Giants for a couple of years, and that hurt him a little bit in my mind for not being ranked higher. But 8 is not bad. Certainly a franchise quarterback that we haven't seen in a while. Certainly one of my all-time favorite players. But certainly 8 is as high as I had him ranked. At number 7, although not a player, head coach Bud Grant. What more can you say about head coach Bud Grant? You can't think of the Minnesota Vikings without thinking of head coach Bud Grant. May he rest in peace. I did go to his memorial, and I said I would if he passed away, which he did recently, and I'm glad I did. A great head coach. All the players loved him and would play for him. It's too bad that after 4 Super Bowls he couldn't come back with 1 championship, but he'll forever be in our Viking Hall of Fame, and he's ranked 7 in my mind. Number 6 is John Randall. What more can you say about John Randall? Just an absolute beast. Undersized, but he had a big heart. Great story, undrafted. But came in and just did what needed to be done. And I think everyone appreciated his effort. I think in 1998, if you remember, in a playoff game before the championship game, he actually got hurt. He tried to play a couple of series in the championship game, but he just couldn't go and had to pull himself out. And I think that would have been the difference between us winning that game and not. I mean, he had that kind of an impact on every game. And so at number 6, I have the great John Randall. Coming in at number 5, Carl Eller, part of the Purple People leaders of the 70s. You got to love his intensity. He was a beast. Always played, wasn't hurt. Great person, great teammate, and made a major impact on every game that he played. Again, He went to multiple Super Bowls. It's too bad he couldn't bring us back a win, but he's still ranked 5 in my opinion. Number 4, the great Chuck Foreman. Foreman was just unbelievable. He, along with the head coach, who became head coach after Grant, I can't think of his name. It's slipping my mind. They reinvented the short pass as an extension of a handoff, and that really changed the Vikings' offensive attack. I think at one year he had the most reception or close to it. That's because they changed his position with that swing pass and those short passes. So he comes in at number 4. Number 3, the great Alan Page, the scholar, the judge, MVP. Not many defensive players ever won MVP, league MVP. He did one year, 1971 or something like that. So he comes in at number 3. He'll always be adored by the Viking fans, and he's my number 3. Go Judge. Coming in at number 2 is the great Jim Marshall. God rest his soul. He just passed away this year. Why he's not in the Hall of Fame is just way beyond what I can comprehend. He played in, 270 straight games or 282, including playoffs or whatever. For him not to get that nod, I mean, he could still do it, but now he won't be able to actually enjoy it. But he is still number 2 in the ranking as the all-time Minnesota Viking. And coming in at number 1, I don't know who your number 1 is, but it's got to be Randy Moss. I mean, he just changed football. He just not only changed the Vikings, he was a threat on every play. He made plays that were just unbelievable. Yeah, he had some diva, problems, but most receivers do because they actually get paid more when they make touchdowns, so you can understand why they might want to call for the ball more than they should. But aside from all that, he was the greatest Viking in my mind, and he's ranked number 1 for a lot of reasons, and I think a lot of people feel that way. He was just a game changer. There's nothing like the long bomb in football, and he just reinvented that play. And I wish him all the best. He's recovering from cancer, and it sounds like he's coming back to do his ESPN gig or whatever that is, and so good for him. And so those are my top 10 all-time Vikings. Skol.